have a nice buck on camera, and instead of being on the farm and doing a bunch of work, which we planned on doing today and setting it up for the rest of the season, we are going to stay off the farm, sighting the crossbow. Boone is hunting on Sunday. I had a buddy of mine, Kyle, let me use his crossbow, so we're just making sure it's on. In typical Preston fashion, I forgot my rangefinder, so we're going to step it off. Hey, update from last week. After we put that urea on the ground, we got an inch, we got 2 tenths. It'd been nice to have a little bit more, but better than nothing. I didn't kill the food plot, which is the key.
That's good.
I think if we get a little bit more rain, it will help out a lot more. Your biggest thing when you're shooting is just it has to be completely steady when you pull the trigger, and while the arrow is still moving through it, otherwise it will move where the placement ends up, you know. Never used this before. I never shot a crossbow. A lot of things on the farm I have. I'm not sure if the knock's supposed to be all the way touching the string, or it's just supposed to be where it's at. Oh, I did something. Alright, let me call a friend.
This is Kyle. He's leaving.
Not available. He texted me back, so now I'm just waiting for a reply. We're going to YouTube to try to figure this out. YouTube 10-point crossbow decock.
In this video, I'm going to cover the proper use of...
Oh, maybe shit.
You messed something up?
I messed something up. You're not supposed to... I turned the safety on before I latched it. Now I just need to figure out how to let this down. So YouTube's amazing, and I just wasn't in the right spot. So you had to fully cock it, then here's Kyle. Hey, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna be like, your guess is as good as mine. Did you get it figured out?
Yeah, YouTube.
Is it closed or not?
No, what happened was I put on the safety.
Yeah.
And you can't put on the safety for the string to be all the way back.
Yeah, you have to let it click, and then the safety goes on, right?
Yes, and I didn't do that. I just
is it close? Is it shooting close?
it's 3 inches, 3 inches low.
I'll take it.
Yeah, that's not bad. And I was like, hey, why the hell's Kyle not calling me back? Like, you don't have a full-time job.
Oh yeah, I was in a meeting with him.
Yeah. You should have been. This is urgent.
Yeah.
You gotta kill.
I've been like, I gotta take this.
Super important stuff.
Yeah, I knew you'd figure it out if I gave you enough time. I didn't want to, sometimes I'm an enabler,
Yeah, I like how you're not.
Yeah,
I really
talk to you later.
Alright, see you.
Bye.
Alright, we're there. It's on safety because you're supposed to have it on fire, then it latches appropriately so that the trigger can actually go off. Yeah, now we're good. Yep, exactly where it should be. Inches low, maybe like 2 inches low. See, aiming right here, hitting right here at 30. 1 click is a ½ an inch or 3 inches slow. What do you think that is? 5 inches? It's got 4. About the same thing. I mean, if we just raise it 4 inches. We'll call it a day, and when I get home, I'll find the right Allen wrench to fix this. Quick tree trimming session so that we can have shooting lanes in that. There's like a little cove over there on the lease. So instead of getting on the hollow today and messing up that deer, we call him either Castro. We call him the shed buck, but we think there's something wrong with him. He might not have testicles, so we're gonna call him Castro or Castrado. Either one. I think it's pretty funny. I do. Castrado. Yeah. So we have 3 stands on this place right now. 2 buddies that I lease it with. So got another stand complete. So if anyone wants to come out here, this lease, my buddy Ross, he found it, and there's 3 of us. And then you just you pay so much per acre, or a total dollar amount to. I think it's 115 acres or something like that. And then you have access. We have access to deer hunt on this one, and I think it goes from like May to a deer season, which is January 15th. We can shoot deer on it. This thing is sweet. Battery operated pole saw, and it has all these extensions so you can reach further, which you need when you're in a tree stand, because there's a bunch of branches that are in the way if you shoot that aren't very close or on those other trees. It's pretty convenient as far as like packing it up and going. Ours a little bit more organized. All right, so we got Castrato. He showed up on 6:15 or 6:30, so legal shooting light is probably until about 7:15. And he walked within 15 yards of the blind. That was Wednesday night. Season opens tomorrow, Saturday, October 1st. Last night he showed up in front of that blind at 11:30 p.m. So not sure if he will continue to show up in daylight. We'll find out tonight. Here he is right here. That's him at 10:57 in the bottom, headed up to the 3-acre food plot. He's on the 2-acre side is where the blind is. And then there's that funnel that goes off the property. And then here he is. There's a hawk, that's pretty cool. This is him, 6:45 p.m., 15 yards from the blind. And here he is coming up, and then the blind's over on this edge right here. So that's 6:36, plenty of shooting. So that's the reason we're staying out. We sighted in the crossbow. I still need to make a little tweaks. But we need to bring up the reticle 4 inches and have Boone practice a little bit, and then we're gonna go out Sunday afternoon. So we'll report back. Didn't burn up the food plots, even though we put a ton of urea on there, and we only got 0.2 of an inch of rain, even though I thought we were gonna get more, but I think it was worth it. It looked like all the urea was gone except those areas that we completely dumped, or I completely dumped it, and it killed the plants in those areas, and it was still on the ground. But where it had been spread appropriately, like in the 2-acre field, there was nothing left. I couldn't see any. I can't wait to see it. I'm kind of a little anxious since I haven't seen it in a week. There's a bunch of dew on the grass at the yard, so there goes the drone. We were going to move the blind off the hay rack, but we just canceled all that just to stay out of there so that Boone has a decent shot killing Castrato. But we're supposed to get a north or northeast wind. This is a northeast wind, so you can see everything's going the opposite direction he's coming, so that's perfect. We'll sneak in, we'll park down by the road, walk in on the trail, slip into the blind, and hopefully he shows up. I haven't eaten much of this pie. What I will say, I love fall. This is like a cheesecake pumpkin. They call it a pumpkin ribbon. I'm pretty good. I think it's my favorite pie so far. Number 1. There you go. I didn't like the blueberry or the berry, what is it, candy pecan? I don't like that. But I think it's this, apple. What else do we have? We only have 3. Do I miss last week? No, this is number 5, so we should have had 4 pies. But this is unbelievable. It's like perfect fall pie. But when they said fresh pumpkin pie first time, it's insane. All right, there's no way I'm gonna be able to finish this, but almost the last bite. Nobody knows the rules. I would rank this. We rehashed it. First week we had berry with candied almonds. Is that right? Candy pecans. Then we had apple. Then we had pecan, and now we're having. And then last week we missed because it was a complete cluster. And I already told the camera this, but I'm telling it again. This is my favorite. So it goes pumpkin with the cheesecake, so it's pumpkin ribbon, apple, then pecan, then like a very last berry with candy pecan. I said in an earlier episode that I was going to use these rechargeable batteries, and it's not working out very well. So I got to go back to the drawing board. Everyone's telling me I need to use lithium batteries and just spend the money, and then you throw them out every year, which I don't really want to do, but supposedly they're way better with trail cameras. And additionally in the cold, they're way better, and they'll last an entire season. So I'm going to try out with a couple. I'm trying to get a refund on Amazon for the rechargeable batteries. We'll see how that goes. I may have just bought a bunch of batteries to use around the house. So about 208. Catch us on the next lunch break update next week. Hopefully we have a deer on the ground. So later.